Hey everyone, what up? Matt Kaiser here, and man, we have a lot to talk about, as recently Square Enix just dropped their release date trailer for the upcoming Visions of Mana, and honestly, everything about just looked absolutely so beautiful, and the hype is truly real, as they showed lots of information from the new Pi members to some of the more new classes to having old mechanics from past Mana games return, and honestly, it just looks so damn beautiful, and of course, it's finally getting a release date. So with all that said, before we begin, if you like what you're seeing here, then by all means, like the video, click the subscribe button if you're new, and hit that bell notification icon if you want more news and content regarding Visions of Mana. Not only that, but I'm currently playing Persona 5, and hopefully before this year ends, I'll be able to deliver my 750 subscriber special of Persona 5 Royal, so please do look forward to that as you can. With that said, let's get back to the video. So yeah, just yesterday from now, Square Enix already dropped their Visions of Mana launch date trailer, which is, well, a release date. And surprisingly, it's on their own, as they didn't show it at, like, say, the Summer Game Fest, though it's not really too hard to explain why. As well as weirdly, they didn't show it at the Xbox Showcase. So, a little bit odd there, but aside from that, everything about what we saw just looked absolutely beautiful. First and foremost, we got sort of confirmation with the voice cast for Visions of Mana. Obviously, we have, Val voiced by Stephen Fu, who Fire Emblem Engage fans may know as Diamant, Granblue fans might know him as Lancelot, and of course, as well as Octopath Traveler 2 fans may know him as Crick, and also Naofumi Itani from the Rising of the Shield Hero. And we also have Morley, voiced by Keiji Tang, who's actually one of my favorite voice actors. Fate fans know him as, Archer from Unlimited Blade Works and Heavensfield. Then we also have Gaius Warzo from the Trail series, and of course, Ichiban Kasuga from both Yakuza Like a Dragon and Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. We also got Hina, voiced by Aniris Quinis. I hope I'm not butchering that, I do apologize. And some of them may know her as Mirko from My Hero Academia, as well as also Tama from AI The Summon Files 2, and also recently Viola from the upcoming Legend of Heroes Trails for Daybreak. And there are some other, of course, voice casts, like, say, Karina, voiced by Rachel Real, who I'm not familiar with. And of course, we get to, our brand new Pi members, the ones that really took me by surprise, even though I did predict that we're going to see the rest of the new Pi members. And I have to say that these two Pi members look absolutely wonderful. Like, oh my god, do they look absolutely beautiful. So let's first start with this girl here, named Palomina. Palomina is the queen of Illistana, the capital of the deep. She took the throne following her father's death, and has been managing societal expectations on politics while caring for a younger brother, Ian. Palomina is also excellent at magic attacks and casting from range. And as you can see here, this girl looks absolutely beautiful, and she's voiced by this person named Vanessa Lemonides. I'm apologies for the butchering, but all I can say is that honestly, she looks absolutely so beautiful, and actually even reminds me of, like, say, Melia from the Xenoblade Chronicles series, just a little bit. Then we of course have the other new Pi member known as Julie. Now he is a sprouting and the current custodian of the Verdius Burrow, and is responsible for watering his sleeping companions. In combat, he boosts allies with healing and regeneration. And as you can see here, he's just so damn cute. And he's voiced by Amber Ailes. Yeah, I think that's how you say it. I'm really butchering some of the voice actors' names, I do apologize. And as you can see here, he looks so damn adorable and cute. But that's not really all, as honestly, we have now our full confirmed Pi members with, Val, Karina, Morley, Ramco, as well as both, Hina, and of course, Palomina and Julie. Now we've got some more exciting news, mainly with the staples of past minor games coming back, especially when it comes to exploration. Now regarding exploration, we obviously know that you can use beacon bells to summon a pickle for the land. But however, you also have things like for water and flying, with the former part being from the very famous and well remembered Vuskav, as well as Flami. And honestly, seeing those two characters that you see in past Mario games was such a nice treat, and I'm honestly glad that they're back for their original roles. Like with the turtle, Vuskav, you're able to swim for waters, which is absolutely cool. But more importantly, that actually really got me excited was the return of Flami, as being able to fly all over the world, which I think a lot of classic RPG fans are in a treat for, given the fact that we've recently nowadays the RPGs don't have the overworld, and they don't have the airship, with the only exception maybe from Dragon Quest XI through this creature thing, but that was probably the only exception. I guess technically also the regalia from Final Fantasy 15, but you had to do a lot to work for that, and honestly I don't think it was entirely worth it in my opinion. But aside from that, honestly Mario fans are in a treat seeing those beloved characters return for their roles. And obviously we have the little cactus as well, which is a nice amazing treat as well. Not only that, but we also of course have the staple mana franchise ring that has returned with moves, with including powerful MP costing techniques which are able to be assigned here. And as usual, combat is paused while this menu is open, and of course you can swap the character you're controlling. Not only that, but we also got we got actually more job classes, especially with the reveal of the water, wood, and fire, with the water being Undine Flask, and it says here that it lets you enter bubbles and move them around. It can also cool down magma blocking the way, and in combat, it strikes enemies by homing water bubbles or knocking them off balance with streams of water. Val can gain the Duelist class, Palomina can gain the Grand Diviner class, and Julie can gain the Scholar class. As for Vessel Forward, which is known as Dryad's Brig, it says here that you are able to use the regenerative abilities of plants and grow large flowers to gain access to new areas. As well as combat, it can create healing zones that restore the party members' HP for a set period of time. Val can use the Edelfree class, Palomina can use the Beast Leader class, and of course Julie can use the Sage class. And lastly, we got the fire one here, and it says here is that the vessel fire is called Salamander Candle, and this will help you prepare for the air and charge as enemies to initiate flame damage over time. Val can gain the Leech class, Corina can gain the Divine Fist class, and Palomina can gain the Mascure class. And that's pretty cool. Now how to unlock these moves is through the thing known as the Elemental Plot, as moves are acquired through the Elemental Plot, which illustrates how attuned the character is to an elemental vessel. Advancing along the plot unlocks strong techniques, with an additional branch unlocked each time you get a new elemental vessel. Moves learned from the Elemental Plot can be used regardless of whether you switch classes. Still, the abilities are class specific, meaning those can only be utilized if the corresponding class and vessel are equipped. So that's really interesting thing here. It really does show that obviously once you advance through this Elemental Plot thing, you're able to grant brand new techniques, and as well as a new branch every time you get a new elemental vessel. So it does seem to me that with the amount of classes you get here, that there's going to be some good amount of depth here, and honestly I'm glad that the class system from Trials of Mana has returned for this. And honestly, between this and Metaphoric Fantasio, as well as also Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, fans of job class systems in JRPGs are eating so damn good. And honestly, this game just looks absolutely amazing. I'm very glad about it. I'm just really happy on what they've shown here. It just looks just so damn incredible and makes me smile. It makes me smile that not only does this game look really good, but also the fact that, well, while this game is meant to be, an evolution of the Mana series, we've also gained, just returning staples to make sure that this game still has the Mana flair that people love about the series. And obviously, we have to also talk about the Collector's Edition, as Square Enix announced that Visions of Mana pre-orders for PS5 and Xbox Series S and X will have a Collector's Edition for about $200 and this will include, of course, the physical game, a collector's box, Ramco plush, and an 80-page art book, as well as both a 5-CD soundtrack and a bonus arrangement CD soundtrack. So that's right there, that's a lot of stuff here, and that might be worth the money or not, depending on your economy or whatever. But other than that, that just looks really cool, and the Ramco plushie just looks so damn cute. And we also got, amazing box arts. I mean, to be honest, both the Japan and Western one are kind of similar, but the only difference between is Val, where in the Japan one, he's obviously holding, I believe, the Mana Crystal and looking, either chill or concerned, as well as the Western one, which basically looks all badass, which actually looks kind of cool. It kind of reminds me of the whole Kirby box arts between, the American one and the Japanese one, which is pretty cool. And of course, the release date, as this game is obviously coming at August 29th, 2024, which honestly, that is the perfect release date for this game. I can't think of a better one than that. Maybe August 30th, but outside of that, I think that will give at least this game some kind of breathing room compared to other JRPGs. Obviously, we have, in July next month, we have obviously Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail, as well as Trails for Daybreak and Tokyo Xanadu EX on the Nintendo Switch. And yeah, that leaves August with not a lot. Maybe outside of, Black Myth Wukong, but obviously that's not a JRPG in a sense, but that still look like a pretty good looking game. I'm just mumbling so much words here, I'm going off the rails, sorry. My point is that Visions of Mana is absolutely looking amazing, and I think this is something that Square Enix fans, especially those who are waiting for Dragon Quest XII, Kingdom Hearts 4, this should be something to hold them over, and hopefully that this game really does well. Obviously, I know that it's not on the Switch, which might be a little bit of a disadvantage, though thankfully it's still on the PS4, so that can help a little bit. But we obviously know that next year when the Switch 2 does come, that Visions of Mana will be on the Switch 2. That is more than likely, given that past Mana games have been on the Nintendo Switch, so I think the wait will be worth it. But honestly, this really makes me excited, and honestly, this gives me enough time to finish the other Mana games. I'm currently in the middle of Secret of Mana, and hopefully I can get that done and play the Trials of Mana game. It's just a really good time for us Mana fans all around. Honestly, we are eating so good, both Mana fans and JRPG fans. And with that said, I think that's going to be it. So what you guys are looking forward to with Visions of Mana? What do you think of the brand new characters? Does any of the returning staples get you excited? Let me know down in the comments below. Until then, Mad Kaiser out.